Coming up on today's episode of Simply Home and Harvest, I'm going to be sharing one of our favorite fall breakfast recipes with you. Also, we're going to take a look at our very simple fall front porch. We didn't do a lot in way of decorating the outside this year, but I'm really liking the simplicity of it, so stay tuned. Hey friends, welcome back to Simply Home and Harvest. I'm Jen. In today's video, I wanted to show you a little bit of our porch fall decor. I didn't do a whole lot this year, but I have been promising you guys that I would show you the outside of the house. So I'm going to do that today, and also I want to share with you a delicious pumpkin muffin recipe. I made them several days back, but it's been such a busy season around here for us that I'm just now getting to putting this video together. So here's a look at our fall porch decor. Before I share our porch decor with you, I thought we would go ahead and see how to make these pumpkin muffins. Now, very simple ingredients. In fact, I will leave the recipe linked for you down below in the description box. So if you have any questions about anything, everything should be answered in that recipe. First, I'm going to give our pan a good spray, and then we're just going to mix our dry ingredients. So you're going to need 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and we're going to also need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You can use a fine sea salt. I am actually using the pink Himalayan salt, which is what we use typically for every recipe that we make around here. And then we're just going to give all of those ingredients a good mix, just get those incorporated. All right, now we're going to work on our wet ingredients. This is a whole can of pumpkin puree, so that's about 15 ounces. And then I've melted a 1/2 cup of salted butter. Now, if you choose to use the unsalted butter, I guess you could add a little bit more salt to that. But I always have that salted butter on hand. To me, it just tastes better. I guess it's what you get used to than the unsalted. We're going to give those two ingredients a good mix. And then we're going to add 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar, and also, I'm sorry, not 1/4, 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar, and then 3/4 cup of granulated white sugar. I'm going to give these a good mix, and then I'm going to do something that I would probably get on y'all for doing, and I should not be doing myself, but I'm going to crack my eggs right into the bowl here. Normally, I crack them in a separate bowl, then add them in to make sure that I don't get any shells or anything in there, but I didn't do that this time. I was in a little bit of a hurry. And then next, you see me add 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. All right, get all of this mixed together. And then next, we're going to add back in our dry ingredients, and then you get all of those incorporated together. And now you could add in chocolate chips, you could add in cinnamon chips, nuts, dried fruits. I've added cranberry before, walnuts, pecans would be really good in this. But on this occasion, I just did the regular old pumpkin muffins. And to me, there's nothing better. They really don't need an add in. All right, we're going to bake them in a preheated 375-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until the tops are set, and you can test them with a toothpick. Once it comes out clean, you know that they are done, and boy, are they delicious. So be sure to give these a try during this fall season. All right, let's take a look at our outdoor fall decor. You might recognize this garden flag. It was the flag that inspired our blue and white floral theme, and continuing that throughout the fall season. I will just go ahead and give you a spoiler alert. I don't know if I'm going to carry it through Christmas. I do have some Christmas pieces already with that. I might just try them out in a small area of the home, but I just don't know. I'm really thinking hard on it, so leave me a comment below. What do you think about carrying that into the Christmas season? All right, here's a little look at the table that sits right in front of our big picture window. I love this little planter that has the chicken on it. It's just like a little bucket with a wooden handle, and I've got a pansy from the garden center that I work at. Ella picked up this little pumpkin at a farmer's market she went to recently, and that butternut squash is from last year's butternut squash harvest. Believe it or not, we still have a few left, and I've just decided to go ahead and put them out as fall decor this year. And then whatever happens, happens to them. They'll probably just go to the chickens because they were so hard to cut into that I just kind of like gave up. and I didn't cook the rest of them after dealing with them for some time. I did go ahead and leave our pillows out that we had out for summer, and then I just kept it simple. A couple of mums flanking each side of the front door. Of course, I'm loving that we can still have our ferns out. I'm telling you guys, these are the best ferns from Lowe's, and we paid $10 a piece for them back in the spring. So if you can catch that Lowe's deal, take care of them. I kept them in the pots that I bought them in, gave them a little fertilizer during the season, watered them very, very consistently, and they have just been amazing. The pumpkins I picked up at the garden center that I work at, and then those mums actually came from a school fundraiser. Now, I got these mums a little bit earlier than I like to get mums, so you can see that they've already kind of faded out. They've had that first bloom, that really bright bloom, and unfortunately, I did not get this filmed before they began to fade a little. I did flip over an old planter to just give them some height and sit them on top of. And I did decide to plant them out into a bigger pot rather than the one that they came in. And I do think that is a good idea for mums because mums tend to dry out so quickly in those pots that you get them in from the store. These are the most beautiful Cinderella pumpkins. I'm really enjoying them. Hopefully, they'll last. I think they're in pretty good shape to last on to Thanksgiving, and maybe we'll try cooking them. I don't know. And then this mat, you were probably with me. We picked this up at Hobby Lobby. It's new this season. And then the welcome home mat right there on top. I found that at Dollar General. I just wanted something simple that would not overcomplicate the space since we've got so much rich color going on this fall. Speaking of rich color, here it is. So there's what our navy and orange colors look like together. This wreath I made years ago, and I've swapped out things to go in the center of it. But this is a bow that I made just using some scrap ribbon that I had on hand here. That blueprint, though, I did pick up that brand new this year, and that came from Michael's, but the rest I already had on hand. And then the pumpkin that it's attached to is a piece that I got from Dollar General a few years back. And I liked the patterns and the colors and just the different textures. I thought it matched back really nicely to that fall quilt theme we have going on inside the house. So this gives you a little idea of what the inside of the house looks like when you come to the front door. And then there is a little hanging. I guess you could use it as a wall hanging or just put up against the house is what I chose to do with it. The Hello Pumpkin there, that came from the garden center where I'm working now. I got that on a little clearance sale that we had. And so I just kind of used that as my inspiration too, along with the flag, and just worked off the colors there. So very simple, just something that you can throw together pretty easy using what you have. We do need to make some repairs around our door and then also to the concrete there on the front porch. I don't know whether we'll get to that this year or not, but it is on our list. We're still really enjoying our rocking chairs that we got brand new this summer. And then I went ahead and added our window candles in. I love the window candles, especially when the evenings when it starts getting dark sooner and sooner and the days are getting shorter. I love having those lit windows to come home to. It's just something about the window candles that makes a home feel extra comfortable and cozy. And I just really love driving up and seeing that. So I typically put them out during the fall season and they stay up through the winter. And then this is a little planter that I just pulled all of the summer plants out of except for the Angelonia that you see in the back. And I found, well, the pansies I picked up at Lowe's, just 2 4-packs of pansies, but that mum I found growing in a planter that I had put out by the building, and I happened to walk around the building one day and saw it back there. And so I said, I'm going to try to dig that up and bring it out front. So it doesn't look great, but it's good enough to get us through the next few weeks because y'all know Christmas is right around the corner. And before you know it, all of this is coming down and Christmas is going up. But until then, we're going to enjoy these cooler fall evenings out here on the front porch, feeling all cozy. Just makes me want to go grab a cup of hot apple cider and kick back in one of these rocking chairs. Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that look at our front porch for fall, and also that you will try those pumpkin muffins. They are some of our favorites, and highly requested this time of year. So I will be back with more videos for you very soon. I appreciate you all being patient with me. It's been a very busy season around here. I started a part-time job outside of the home, and with that, keeping up with YouTube and the family and all the other things we've had going on, my husband and I actually just finished up speaking and taking part in a marriage conference this weekend. So we've been getting ready for that, and just, you know, life is busy, but life is good, and we are just so blessed and honored to be able to do what we do. So I will try my best to see you very soon. Until then, remember to live simply, use what you have, enjoy the moments you've been given, and I'll see you all in the next one.